She texted, "You're not my type anymore. I've evolved beyond you." I wrote, "Congratulations." Then I watched her evolution from my new penthouse while she struggled in the apartment I'd been covering. Her regression was spectacular. Original post. 38 male, got the text from Jessica, 35, 3 months ago. We'd been together 6 years, living together for 4. I'm an IT consultant, she's a lifestyle coach, basically posts motivational quotes on Instagram and charges people $200 to tell them to drink water and manifest success. The text came while I was debugging code for a client at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. "Nathan, I need to be honest. You're not my type anymore. I've been doing inner work with my spiritual advisor and realized I've evolved beyond our relationship. You're stuck in your corporate mindset while I'm ascending to my higher self. I'm moving forward with someone who matches my vibrational frequency. Best wishes on your journey." I stared at it for maybe 20 seconds, then typed, "Congratulations on your evolution." She replied instantly, "That's it? No fight? No emotion? This is exactly what I mean. You're emotionally stunted." I didn't respond, just went back to my code. Here's what Jessica didn't know. I'd been planning to leave for 2 months. See, my corporate mindset had just landed me a senior architect position at a tech firm with a $250K base plus equity. I'd been waiting for the contract to finalize before telling her. Why? Because I knew exactly how she'd react. Suddenly, remember, she loved me once she heard about the money. Our lease was in both names, but I'd been paying 90% of it. She contributed maybe $400 a month from her coaching, while I covered the remaining $3,600 for our downtown apartment, plus utilities, plus her car insurance, plus her organic groceries and yoga memberships. But according to her, she'd evolved beyond me. Update 1. The next morning, Jessica was gone. Left a crystal on the kitchen counter with a note, "For your heart chakra. You'll need it." I tossed the crystal in the trash and got to work. First, I called our landlord, explained the situation and that I'd be moving out at month's end, 2 weeks away. He wasn't happy about breaking the lease, but understood when I offered 2 months' rent as penalty. Worth it to be done clean. Then I started apartment hunting. With my new salary, I could actually afford something nice. Found a penthouse unit in a new building. Same neighborhood, ironically. 3 blocks from our old place. Floor-to-ceiling windows, private terrace, the works. Rent was $6, but I could afford it now. Meanwhile, Jessica was posting her evolution all over social media. Picture of her with some guy named Dimitri. Man bun, sleeve tattoos, sells handmade jewelry at farmers markets. Caption, "When you finally align with someone who speaks your soul's language." Her friends commented hearts and "Yes, queen" and "Know your worth." I commented nothing. Just quietly removed myself from our shared subscriptions. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Spotify Premium, her gym membership. Yeah, I was paying that too. Her meal kit service, Amazon Prime, everything. Got a text that night. "Did you seriously cancel Netflix? That's so petty. Evolved beings should pay for their own streaming services. I can't believe you're being this childish. Best wishes on your journey." She tried calling. I didn't answer. Update 2. Moving day came. I hired movers, took only my stuff, left all the furniture since I'd be buying new anyway. Felt like a fresh start. Jessica texted, "Where's the couch and the TV? Those were mine, bought before we met, but I need them." Dimitri probably has furniture. Radio silence for 3 hours. Then, he lives with roommates. We're staying in the apartment. Good luck with that. What's that supposed to mean? I didn't reply. She'd figure it out when rent was due in 5 days. Day 3 in my new place, I'm assembling furniture when my phone explodes. 17 messages in rapid succession. The landlord says you ended the lease. Rent is $4,000. I can't afford this. Nathan, please. This is financial abuse. You knew I couldn't pay this alone? Dimitri can't help, he's saving for Burning Man. You're trying to make me homeless. This is your ego lashing out. My spiritual advisor says you're having a dark night of the soul. Please reconsider. I'll meditate for your healing. Nathan, answer me. Fine, I'll handle this myself. I don't need your low vibration money. I grabbed a beer, went out on my terrace, and watched the sunset over the city. Life was good. Update 3. 2 weeks later, Jessica launched a GoFundMe. Help a spiritual entrepreneur stay housed during transition. Goal: $10,000. She raised $327 from her mom and 2 friends. Then came the smear campaign. Posted this long thing about how I was a narcissist who couldn't handle her growth and weaponized financial dependency and probably never really loved her, just wanted to control her. My buddy Tom sent me screenshots. Bro, you seeing this? Yeah. You gonna respond? Nah. Living well is the best revenge. But Jessica wasn't done. She started telling people I'd been emotionally abusive, that my coldness was actually calculated manipulation, that she'd been scared to leave until she found the strength through her spiritual journey. Some mutual acquaintances actually believed it, started getting texts asking if I was okay, but in that way where they're really asking if I'm an abuser. I kept receipts of everything, every payment I'd made, every text where she thanked me for supporting her dreams, every social media post about what an amazing boyfriend I was until I apparently wasn't. Then Dimitri DM'd me. This absolute walnut actually tried to lecture me. Hey man, what you're doing to Jess isn't cool. Real men support women's growth, not punish them for evolving. You should continue helping her financially until she's stable. It's the conscious thing to do. I screenshot that and sent it to Tom. We laughed for 20 minutes. The jewelry guy wants you to pay his girlfriend's rent. Incredible. Update 4. Month 2. Jessica had to move out of the apartment. Couldn't make rent, couldn't find a cheaper place fast enough with her credit score, which I now realized was trash. She'd mentioned it once, but I never connected the dots. She moved in with her friend Bailey temporarily. Bailey lasted exactly 1 week before kicking her out because Jessica expected her to cook all her special dietary meals and complained about Bailey's toxic energy when asked to contribute. Next up, Dimitri's place with the 3 roommates. That lasted 4 days. Turns out his roommates weren't cool with a non-paying guest who took 2-hour showers and lectured them about their auras. During this time, she kept posting about her minimalism journey and how the universe provides when you trust, and material possessions are just attachments. Meanwhile, I was thriving. New job was incredible. Just got assigned to lead a project that would set me up for partner track. Bought some nice furniture, started dating casually, joined a climbing gym. Tom and his wife invited me over for dinner. Mentioned they'd run into Jessica at a coffee shop. How'd she look? Rough, honestly. She was trying to sell her coaching services to strangers at nearby tables. Dimitri? Nowhere to be seen. Checked Instagram that night. She deleted all the pics with him. Posted some quote about learning to love yourself before loving another. Update 5. 3 months in. Got an email from Jessica. Not a text, a formal email. Nathan, I'm reaching out with humility and evolved consciousness. I realize now that my journey needed to include lessons about material sustainability. I was hasty in ending our relationship and see now that we could have grown together. I'm currently facing some challenges with housing and would appreciate if we could discuss a temporary arrangement. Perhaps I could stay in your new place. I heard it's very nice. Until I get back on my feet. I promise to contribute spiritually and emotionally to the space. I've grown so much these past months and think you'd be impressed by my evolution. With love and light, Jessica. I forwarded it to Tom with lol. Then replied, Jessica, congratulations on your continued evolution. Unfortunately, my space is aligned with different vibrational frequencies. Best wishes on your journey. Nathan, she replied immediately, you're seriously going to leave me homeless? After 6 years? You evolved beyond me, remember? I'm just respecting your growth. This isn't funny, I'm staying at a shelter. That hit different. I'm not heartless. But then she added, my spiritual advisor says this is karma for your refusal to evolve. You'll suffer for this. Never mind. The shelter probably kicked her out too. Update 6. Last week was the finale. Jessica's mom called me. Patricia had always been reasonable, so I answered. Nathan, honey, what happened? She's not doing well. She evolved beyond me, Patricia, her words. She's living in my basement. She won't look for a real job. Says the universe will provide. She's 35 years old. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Can you talk to her? Maybe take her back? She was stable with you. Patricia, she left me for someone with a higher vibrational frequency. I'm just respecting her choice. Long pause. She really screwed up, didn't she? Yeah. The boyfriend she left you for? Dimitri? He's been dating someone else for 2 months. Posted all about it. Jessica found out through Facebook. That explained the deleted photos. Nathan, she says you're living in some fancy penthouse now? I got a promotion, the one I'd been working toward for 2 years. When? Right before she left me. Oh, honey, she didn't know? Nope, she was too evolved to care about my corporate mindset. Patricia actually laughed. Well, shit. Yeah. Take care of yourself, Nathan. You were too good for her anyway. Thanks, Patricia. Yesterday, Jessica tried one more time. New text from a number I didn't recognize. Hi, Nathan. It's Jessica. I wanted you to know I'm starting therapy, real therapy, not just spiritual advisors. I realize I made a mistake. I was wrong about evolution, meaning leaving people behind. I miss us. I miss you. Could we maybe get coffee? I thought about it for maybe 30 seconds. The old me might have felt guilty, might have wanted to help. But you know what? I'd evolved too. Evolved beyond needing to save someone who threw me away the moment she thought she'd outgrown me. No thank you. I'm seeing someone. It was true. Met Amanda at the climbing gym. She's a software engineer, pays her own rent, and thinks crystals are just pretty rocks. Jessica's response was predictable. Who is she? What does she have that I don't? A job. She sent 12 more messages. I didn't read them, blocked the number, and went back to living my life. Final update. It's been 6 months now. Thought I'd give one last update since people keep asking. Jessica is still at her mom's. According to Patricia, we text occasionally. She's actually pretty cool. Jessica refuses to get a traditional job because it would lower her frequency. She's still trying to make it as a lifestyle coach, but has exactly 3 clients, one of whom is her mom, paying out of pity. Dimitri apparently went to Burning Man without her. Posted tons of pics with his new girlfriend, who ironically looks just like Jessica, but younger. He's also launched his own spiritual coaching business. The internet is wild. My old apartment? Someone else rented it immediately. I walk by sometimes on my way to the coffee shop. Weird to think I spent 4 years there funding someone else's evolution. The mutual friends who believed her abuse stories. Most figured out the truth when she tried to borrow money from them. Funny how claiming someone financially abused you while asking everyone for money doesn't quite add up. Bailey reached out last month to apologize for believing Jessica's version. Said Jessica had tried to convince her to let her move back in, and when Bailey refused, Jessica accused her of being spiritually toxic and vibrating at a fear frequency. Bailey's response, at least I can afford my own vibration. Amanda and I are doing great. She thinks the whole story is hilarious and occasionally asks if I've evolved when I do something silly. We're planning a trip to Japan, something I never could have afforded when I was funding Jessica's green juice habit. The best part? I ran into Jessica at a grocery store last month. She was buying regular non-organic groceries. Guess consciousness doesn't pay for Whole Foods. She saw me, started to approach, then noticed Amanda with me. Amanda's wearing her climbing gear. I'm in my usual tech company casual. We look happy, normal, evolved in the way that actually matters. We grew up. Jessica just stared, then turned and walked away. But not before I heard her whisper to herself, "The universe will provide." Sure, Jess, but the universe isn't paying your mom's basement rent. People ask if I feel bad about how things ended. If I should have been more generous, more forgiving, maybe the old me would have. The pre-evolution me who thought love meant carrying someone who refused to carry themselves. But here's what I learned. When someone tells you they've evolved beyond you, believe them. Let them fly on their higher frequency. Just don't pay for the flight. My penthouse terrace has the perfect view of sunset. I watch it sometimes with a beer, Amanda reading beside me, both of us existing at whatever frequency people exist at when they're genuinely happy. Turns out that's the only evolution that matters. Patricia sent one last text yesterday. Jessica asked me to ask if you'd consider giving her a loan. Tell her my money is still vibrating at too low a frequency for her evolved consciousness. LOL, I'm using that. Living well isn't revenge, it's just living. But when someone who evolved beyond you is watching from their mom's basement while you're watching sunsets from a penthouse you earned yourself, that's not revenge either. That's just consequences. Best wishes on everyone's journey.